Hi, I'm Duck, and this is Wheezie.
Hi.
And we are here in Virginia, reporting live for FAKE News. There were reports that Virginia was flat.
Lots of reports.
So Wheezie and Duck walked
Fake news!
470 miles to Virginia to check it out. And here's what we're finding. That doesn't look flat. Nah, it doesn't look flat. No, not flat. We're currently at 4,100 feet elevation and we'll be
Climbing to.
5,400 feet. Does that sound flat?
Doesn't sound flat to me.
Nope, not flat.
Fake news!
So, just so you know, don't believe everything that you hear. And when you need to know the truth, tune in to
The Duck and Wheezie Show, reporting live
from FAKE News here in Virginia. Have a blessed day.
It is not flat. Have a blessed day.
Apparently the Appalachian Trail wants to keep the animals out.
It's like a ping pong ball.
But here comes one. That echoed so loud. All the farmers are up. Of course they're already up, but good job, Wheeze Animal.
Woo-hoo!
You did a nice job through that turnstile.
Keep the steers out.
Meh.
Weezo and I have an awesome lunch spot today on this rock. What's on your menu?
Peanut butter jelly squisher.
It was smushed so much. Look at the bag. And I'm having pepperoni and cheese and wheat thins. And I'm really excited about it. Now there is our view. And down there is where we came from. Again,
Not flat.
not flat. Oh, here's my new shoes. And they kind of look clownish. I'm trying to get used to walking in them. They have a really wide toe box, which is awesome, but I keep tripping. She laughed when I said that. You're kind of mean.
Just a little bit nutty.
Okay, anyway, back to lunch.
Alright, we are at what is known as Fat Man Squeeze. And since I've gained weight on the Appalachian Trail, Fat Wee Squeeze, we'll see if I can make it. There's the blaze. There's the squeeze. Think I'm gonna fit? Squeeze.
You better, because if you don't, I'm not going to. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. How's the squeeze?
It's squeezy.
Suck it in, tighten it up, hold it. Oh, Lele.
Uh-oh. Did you get stuck?
No, my backpack did.
Squeezy. Tighten your buttocks.
My backpack got stuck.
500 miles, 500 miles, we have walked 500 miles. We have walked 500 miles. We have walked We walk 500 miles. We walk. 500 miles.
Ow!
Knuckles.
500 miles!
500. 500 miles. We had to walk 500 miles so we could fit through the fat man squeeze.
Fat man squeeze. Fat man squeeze.
I'm a fat man.
Alright. Revive me.
Swing your partner round and round. Walk 500 miles and don't turn around.
Fall down.
Whee! 500, 500, 500, 500. Wheezie and I were just going to do a We're Sad video because we didn't get to see the ponies.
But we saw longhorn steer.
But there's like a bunch of longhorn steer out here, which obviously we see all the time in Texas. And then we were walking and I was about to do the sad video, and what did you say, Wheezie?
Ponies! I tried ponies.
There's a pony. So we're going to go see it. Hi. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Hi there. You're standing in the only shade there is. Aww. Goodbye. Oh geez. I was just gonna give a mountain thought and this is what's on the trail. So let me go figure that out. So sometimes Wheezie and I are hiking along and going forward, looking forward, working on our next goal or mountain or whatever, and then I'll turn around to say something to her and I'll notice the view. And then I'll be like, Wheezie, look behind you. And several times we've had like the most incredible views that were behind us, and we might not have known if we hadn't looked back. So I was thinking about how we're always told, you know, look forward, don't look back. But sometimes by looking back after we have enough distance between us and what's behind us or our past, then we can see the beauty of that past, what we've already been through or done. When you're in it, for instance, when we're in those mountains and we're hiking up over rocks or, you know, ice is on the trees or whatever, the details of it can feel really challenging, overwhelming. We might be struggling sometimes to see the beauty. But then when we're beyond it far enough to see the whole picture, we see the beauty in it. So I was thinking about how that's so much like our life. Even the struggles, the hardest times, eventually, when there's some distance, we can look back and say, you know what? My life has gone like this because things went like that back then. and we can start to see the beauty in that or the perfection in that. So anyway, sometimes it's okay to look back. Just wait a little bit if you need that time. If you're too close to it, it might not look so pretty, but later you can appreciate all that it's given you.
So I say I garden, but maybe I weed more than I garden.
I'm here with Carrie Sparks in Marion, Virginia. And I met Carrie because she is the wife of Jim, who is shuttling us around. And he was telling us that Carrie teaches about medicinal plants. And so he said, well, do you want to meet her? So we stopped by her house on the way back to the trail.
Well, this is great fun. This plant is cleavers, sometimes called bed straw, and it kind of sticks to you like this if you put it against you. And this plant right now is being studied and used as a cancer treatment, especially for mouth, tongue, throat, thyroid cancer. You probably see yarrow along the trail. It grows wild. It just happens to be in my flower patch. Yarrow is probably best known for stop bleeding. Like if you're scratched on the leg or something, you find some of this, you can just take the leaves and crush it up. Even if it is edible, so even if you wanted to get it wet, chew it up a little bit and put it on the place that's bleeding and kind of wrap that. Really? It will help to stop bleeding internally as well if you wanted to, or even if as a nosebleed, just kind of wad it up and kind of put it in your nostril and hold that.
What?
I would never do that for children because they might sniff, might sniff it in. So this is yarrow.
Wow, and, that's so cool.
In the summer, you would use just the bloom once the bloom comes on. Okay, right over here is plenty of chickweed.
Chickweed?
Chickweed is very tender, and it would be great in a wild salad. It has a little bloom on it, looks like 10 petals, it's really 5.
Wow.
So this is tender, can be eaten, can be sauteed, can be added to a regular salad, but it's also good to stop itching. So if you had like a bite or a sting of some kind, you could kind of crush this up and get the juiciness of it and rub it on the place, or maybe even try to keep it on there. So this is chickweed, common chickweed. Okay, here's some catnip. It usually grows wild too. Catnip, of course, cats love it. It excites them, but it's interesting that it calms people down. So a catnip tea will act
I didn't know that catnip calmed people down.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna give some to Wheezy.
Yoo-hoo!
This one is common
I'm sending
mallow.
you a picture right for itch.
This one's common mallow, and it is rather mucilaginous. This can be cooked and eaten. You wouldn't want to eat this one raw, but cooked with other wild greens, it acts like a spinach. It's sort of mucilaginous. You know, it'll sort of help clear everything from you.
Wow.
But the guinea pigs like this too.
And we can eat this?
Yes.
Okay.
Now right here is of course I think everybody knows dandelion, but I'll say a few things about dandelion. Here's one that's just basil plant. Here's one's got the blooms. We've already had a lot of blooms here. The leaves are edible. Now, if I was going to eat them in a salad or saute them, I'd probably try to gather younger, more tender leaves. The inner leaves, the inner ones that are a little not as tough. The blooms are edible. You could eat them, make a little batter and fry them up, or just toss it like this on a salad if you just tore them apart like that and put that on a salad. Also, the root has a lot of strength to it. To make a tea, and a good way to use it along the trail would be just to gather up a bunch of leaves and some blooms and just make a tea with it. Now, it's a little bit bitter, but really everybody needs bitter sometimes.
Yes.
Especially for the gallbladder and stuff. We always want something that's either sweet or spicy or sour.
Well, doesn't bitter, like
bitter.
if you're having a lot of sugar cravings, shouldn't you have bitter to cure those cravings?
I would say. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not really.
I think Ayurvedic teaches that.
Yes, right. I'm just interested in plants and using them, but. To make a tea with this would be one of the most simple ways along the trail that maybe you could use it. And really, when I put dandelion, if I'm going to use dandelions each day, I will saute maybe a garlic and 20 or 30 dandelion leaves. Maybe I'll scramble an egg in that, or anything else I have, like maybe put some chicken in it, or couscous, or quinoa. Maybe you carry some of that along the trail, or to put it in your ramen noodles would be a great way to use the dandelion leaves.
Okay, yeah, we'd make couscous.
You wouldn't even notice the taste of the dandelion. I don't notice the bitterness when I'm eating it.
So cool.
But see all around here, all these patches of chickweed. Yeah. This is supposed to be my garden. See, I don't have things out yet. It's a little early for here. We're getting some things out, a little lettuce and got some kale started. But basically right now I'm trying to gather up as many of the weeds as I can and dry them to have them over the winter. And I think this year I will make dry lots of dandelion for me to have for tea. I'll just crush it up and put it in, make my own little tea bags with it.
So cool. Love this. All right, Jim is showing me some pictures. This is Jim. Jim, say hello.
Hello, Jim.
Some pictures that he's taken, and something about Jim and photos. He ends up getting shots where things look like faces. Look at this. This is a peony bloomed, but look at the face in it. What? So, Jim, I want to understand, you drive the shuttle around here. Why you do that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
People need help, don't they? My son
That's a good reason.
My son hiked in 2014, and he had a lot of trail magic, so.
So Jim just drives people around, picks them up at the visitor center up 6 miles from Marion, because there's no, you can't,
Can't depend on the shuttle.
can't really depend on the shuttle. It's like a bus or transit that comes every few hours, maybe. And you can't, and you're supposed to call him, but you can't because you don't have a signal. So anyway, Jim just drives by. He's like, I'm here, you need a ride, where are you going? So he took us from the trail yesterday. And then today, you don't act like you could possibly forget us. So today he took us to Army Navy store to get fuel, Hardee's to get something to eat, and we're going to the post office now, but we stopped to meet his wife and learn about plants on the way. So
She's amazing.
She's amazing. This is how awesome the Appalachian Trail keepers are. See these blue tapes? They left a sign that says short relocation due to hazardous tree down, and then they give you the directions on what to do to avoid the hazardous tree, and they marked it with this blue tape. And it's just awesome because it could just be left to deal with, like you're hiking AT, deal with it, but they did this. Nice, right? And now we're beyond it. You are here past the hazardous tree. Very nice. I'll tell you what's really weird is ever since we left Damascus, we feel the lessening of people on the trail. It's weird.
It is weird.
Like, was it yesterday? Or the day before yesterday, we got to this shelter and there was one person in a tent, and then there was another guy that showed up and he was going to sleep in the shelter. Normally that, everything would be, all the good tent sites, and this was at 6 at night. All the tent sites would be taken, and there was one tent and one person going to shelter. Wheezie and I were going on anyway, but it's strange.
It's weird.
And then you can feel the people that are still on the trail starting to bond more, get more tight-knit. So, I don't know, Hunger Games, man, it's taking them out.
Cool.
Taking them out one at a time. I hate to see it, but it's pretty cool to have more solitude, I guess, and not have, all the people passing us all day. But at the same time, it's a big deal to come out and do the AT, so we hate to see people gone, but
Yeah.
for various reasons they are. It's just kind of weird. Hey, Wheezie.
Yes.
Happy 2-month hike-iversary.
Happy hike-iversary. Oh, I didn't get on you.
Kind of did.
Oh, Leafetti.
Leafetti again. So, 2 months on the trail. Have no idea if we're where we should be, but as far as like getting done in a reasonable time, but we think we are where we are where we should be in general.
Yeah.
As far as like, we should be on the AT, and we are. So, anyway, happy hike-iversary, Weezo.
Yay, happy hike-iversary, Duck.
Look at this. Oh my goodness. Wheezy.
Wow.
What's in these? Oh my gosh, here's the trail magic. Look at that.
So cute.
Wow, hand sanitizer to clean yourself. And then what's in here?
Oh, chips are gone. Oh, there's cookies
wow.
and tuna and
Jeez.
electrolyte.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, chapstick.
Oh my gosh.
Hair ties.
Hair ties, Kleenex, wet wipes,
Wow.
cortisone, I think.
Nice. Woo! Oatmeal cream pie.
Water and drinks. Oh my gosh.
Salad, chicken salad.
More drinks. Weston Methodist Church, thank you so much. So
We
sweet.
appreciate it.
And this school is so cool. Built in 1894, grades 1 through 7. 18 to 25 students. They paid $30 a month, and the school closed in 1937.
Wow.
All right, we're sitting here in front of the school, and we're enjoying, look at all this trail magic, and there's much, much more. Wowee. And these fine people just showed up to resupply the trail magic. Like there wasn't already enough, they brought more.
Absolutely.
Tell me your name.
Bailey.
Bailey
Tammy.
Jeff.
and Jeff. And y'all are with?
The Weston
Weston
United Methodist
Methodist
Church. We're in Whitfield. We're about 20 minutes down the road. But
Why do y'all do this?
our pastor's son walked the Appalachian Trail about 4 years ago. And while he was walking on the trail, Pastor Rick and his wife Carol met him several different ways, and they got to talking to the hikers and discovered what a miracle trail magic could be. And so we started that year. They started doing it out of the trunk of their vehicle, and then the Settlers Museum has been so kind to let us come and just love on y'all all that we could. And on Mother's Day weekend and Memorial Day weekend, we come, we cook hamburgers and hot dogs, everything we can. Hate that y'all are gonna miss that.
I know,
But
this
we
was...
even make homemade cobbler outside.
Oh, stop it! Stop. Now you're just being cruel.
I know we are. But it is just something we really enjoy. We love the comments that the hikers put in our box or in our book inside. And it's been so much fun.
Oh my
It is.
gosh.
And to hear the stories of why people come out and their mission on the trail, or why you're walking on the trail, it's a blessing to us. It really
Thank you
is.
so much. That's so kind and generous, and we appreciate it immensely.
Well, you're very welcome.
Hello, it's Wheezy. I've got film duty tonight, and we are just outside of Marion, like 9 miles outside of Marion, Virginia. And we have our tent set up for tonight. Ta-da! There's a duck in my tent.
Hi, everybody.
She's chillaxing in there.
You're doing great, Lisa.
We just had some amazing trail magic, and now we're stuffed, and now we're hanging out in our tent. We're in this gigantic big field. It's amazing. It's got a bunch of birds in the trees. And a beautiful sunset. And then we have a pavilion to our left, and we're right by the pavilion. Just in case it rains, we're going to run in there. And also inside of the pavilion is Thor. He's having his dinner. And the Pepsi machine. Pepsi machine. But we just had trail magic at the little schoolhouse. So we're all stuffed and happy. Bathrooms, love it. Here comes our buddy, Roadkill.
What's going on?
Took you a little while to get up here, buddy.
Yeah, I had to keep eating.
The visitor center of the old house, and Waterboy's sitting up there. He's gonna sleep on the porch. What's up, Waterboy? Oh Lord, here he comes. I like your porch swing. here comes Gray. Why does he have so much stuff?
Oh, he's bringing my stuff.
What is all that crap?